Hello, everyone. Welcome. How are we? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, one and all. Hope you've had a wonderful week. Hope life's been treating you good. Hope you're getting very excited for a wonderful weekend. There's been some FM26 news. We'll maybe talk about that a little bit as we go through tonight's stream. Happy new Pokemon era to people who collect Pokemon cards. That's the thing as well. I should say as well, by the way, I hope this is not me taking the piss in game, right? Because last night, Scotland beat Greece in football, actual football, right? And we're managing in Greece, and we're unbeaten, and I hope the game doesn't think I'm taking the piss, and therefore is going to punish me. But because it's not meant to be, I'm not meant to be like, rubbing it in and being like, look at you, It's not meant to be that. I have a feeling the game's going to think that. Let's crack on, shall we? Have you missed some nonsense already, Dan? We've literally just started, so possibly is all I'm going to say. Yeah, I was sorry. We started at 10 past. Terribly uncouth of me, isn't it? I shouldn't really be starting 10 past. We're supposed to start at 9, TJ. Come on. And yes, I needed to be a little bit more on time, but kids took a little bit longer getting to sleep, so they've been a little bit excited today because, well, basically what we've had, imagine Mel Gibson streaming in that shirt. Yes, this is the closest it's going to be, isn't it? We should say, so what happened? So we picked the boys up from school a bit earlier, because youngest Jameson had a birthday party to go to, so I was like, right, we need to get him sorted for that. And my boss at work was like, look, you're away all week next week, just clock off early, go and pick the kids up, and now have some time. I was like, I can do that. So there was a new Pokemon evolution, the new Pokemon era has come out, so the Mega Evolutions cards have come out, so I bought the boys some of them, like a little blister pack thing, because we've been to go and do the pre-release a couple of weeks ago, so that was pretty cool. So I bought them a present because of the fact that I'm away next week to try and cover for the fact that they're never going to cry. And then I bought myself an ETB, and I got some nice ones there, yeah. So I managed to do all right out of that. So me and Eldest Jameson did some Pokemon card ripping on screen, on video. And then we've also got the Switch hooked up now to the PC as well. So I've started. He's going to show me how to play Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So I've started adding that to the. Do you remember I had a Pokemon channel? I've started adding that on there as well. So he just basically shows me how to play the game. So me and him recorded a video for that as well. So that was nice. And then he had some tea. Then we brought youngest Jameson back, and then we were sort of like chilling before bed, and I was like, let's just come and watch iPads in bed, so we'll just do that for a bit. So yeah, I wasn't rushing them to bed tonight, so meant that me and Mrs. J, we ate a little bit later than we would have liked to have done, so hence why we're a little bit late. So, but here we are. I hope that's all appropriate for you. Yeah. But here we are. This is where we are now with regards to our continued assault on Greek football. We're back now trying to win the league in Greece, having been away for many years. We are now back. We are back trying to do the final year of the Journeyman, and then I'm away next week, and then after that, who knows, theoretically we should be in early access territory. So that is in theory. That's a theory. Theories don't always work out though, do they? Yeah. Teshia is an absolute star. You're right, Mean Wolf. Teshia is brilliant. Look at this guy. Look at all this. Physically a stud. Mentally, like, incredible. And then technicals, just like, I've got first touch. I can pass the ball. I've got decent technique. Like, yeah. He's good. He's good. What's my issue here? Sorry, if I'm going to need at least 2 under-20s, we've got 1. Right, let's go to the under-20s then and bring another player through, shall we? Is this a cup game? This is a cup game, isn't it? Cabanitas. Who actually looks like they're going to be half decent? Right, do you know what? Cabanitas, maybe. He looks like he could be the one. Actually, you know what? Go on. Constantinos can go in. Pop him in there instead of Pilagas, shall we? Right, away we go. We're ready to go. We can go now. Right. Let's have it. Oh, look at that. We're already getting some spamming in there. Oh, bless you. Trying to come in and have a great time. No. Let's just get rid of that, shall we? Right, that's that done. Right. So how is everyone then? What's been happening? What's been happening? Welcome, by the way, everyone on Twitch, YouTube. We're not on TikTok anymore. I need to try and get TikTok working again, I think. Maybe I'll try and stream TikTok during the week. I'm away. I've already said I'm away. So if I do any streaming, it's going to have to be like via TikTok of me running just to get TikTok back up and running for FM26 because they took my studio privileges away when I said that thing that Simon Haggio said. So all gone, I'm afraid. Still off work sick, really, Rouge? Is this the lurgy that's going round? Have you still got it? I'm hearing people being like ill of this for like 3 weeks now. It's like properly doing people in. Is it the new COVID strain? You've been done for a week. I was talking to a friend of mine at work this week, and like, she sounds awful. No, it's not COVID. No. There's a separate thing going around, isn't it? Because there is a new COVID strain, but there's also this like uber lurgy that is just flooring people left, right, and centre. Oh, Conor Bradley off the inside of the post. Yamaguchi, Kelly. It's a virus, similar symptoms. This is the one, isn't it? Yeah. Meanwolf, I'm also home. Case of flu. You have flu as well, Meanwolf. Honestly, it's doing the rounds. Like, Simon Haggio's knackered with it at the minute. He wasn't on the podcast this week. He's got a dose of the flu. I don't think he's got the lurgy virus that's going around, but he's certainly got flu. He doesn't sound good. No. Yeah, touch wood, I'm all right. My throat felt a bit red yesterday, but managed to get around that. Oh, Kenich is down on the floor, but we have a goal. Kenich looks like he's... What happened here? Did he just get floored on the way through? It should be around about here, I think. There's Kenich. Oh, he's just pulled up. He's just pulled up and just went, oh, you know what? Now I'm done. I wonder what he's done then. Let's get him off just in case. Right, Slory can go on. I should maybe put Latiao on, but never mind. You live and you learn, don't you? Kevin, confirmed lurgy sufferer here. It's horrible. It sounds like it. As I say, I'm hearing lots of people getting it. And, yeah, without wanting a scaremonger. I'm here in 3 weeks for some people. Dan, I was ill for a couple of days. Bad enough I was ringing 111 on the priority list. Jesus. Well, this thing, I mean, you've got to look after yourself, Dan. You've got to be careful, but, like, you know, at least you got the common sense to ring 111 as well. You got over by getting Pepto-Bismol. Bit of pep talk. Alright. It's the ultimate pep talk, isn't it? Yeah, cue the phrase of "there's a lot of it going round at the minute." There's a lot of it going round, which there is. Rue said I'll be back at work Sunday night. My boss was off for 3 weeks with this virus. She was really bad. Yeah, honestly, it's it doesn't sound pleasant for those who've got the worst of it, you know. But yeah, oh, what a header! What a header, Fevgash. 9 goals for the season for this young striker. And we kept looking every single time going, we need another striker. Fevgash has come in and done a great job. Look at this ball from Connor Bradley as well. Great ball in, but that header. Those neck muscles. Oh. Your boss has got breathing issues, so she's really ill with something like that. That's the thing, isn't it? If it gets in your respiratory system, you're yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tricky one to move on from, isn't it? This is why they sent us all home early during the pandemic. Like, oh, Rui's sent off handball, presumably. Oh, he's gone. Look at that. Yeah, I got sent home early for the pandemic because I've got asthma, so they sent me straight out of the office. They went, you need to go, just in case. I was like, thank you. I will be, if anyone needs me, I'll be at home. Yeah? Oh, Kelly, go on, pick that one out. It's gone down as another own goal. Oh, honestly. You can't take this one off Kelly, surely. Bradley, look at that. Drops to the shoulder. Hits it. Oh, he heads it in. He heads it in. Oh, mate. To be honest, me, I was quite fortunate. I got away for it with 2 years, I think, before I caught it. And then everyone in the family got it. They all had it, and I was fine. And they had it for about a week, and then I had it for 14 days. Yeah, so I had 2 weeks of it. It didn't feel too bad, to be honest, first time around. Second time I caught it, I was awful. I was really bad. Yeah, but I just couldn't shift it. I couldn't shift it first time around, and the second time I was just like, this is floor beat. Oh, Fevgash off the bar. But yes, back in the day, some people would abuse their privileges, I think. Mad to think that was 5 years ago, wasn't it? It was bad first time, the second time wasn't so bad. Yeah, see, I was the opposite, Dan. I was the opposite. How good ball in. Oh, is that a hat trick of own goals? Oh, it's 3 different own goals in this match. Unbelievable. Oh no, you've got to worry. You've got to be like, oh, you've got to feel bad for these guys. Surely, 3 different own goals. We're 4-0 up. We've only scored once. Kandelakis has scored 2 of them. And in fairness, 6'6", jumping reach of 17. I'd be looking at him thinking Lair's a decent player. But bless them. Just shows how much pressure you're putting on. Exactly. Force them to make a mistake, isn't it? Right. Kenich is out for 8 days. Pulled groin. Okay, that's fair enough. Now, was that in the league? That was in the cup, I believe, wasn't it? It was the cup, yeah. We play Panteliakos again. So, Aris Volosh, Asteras, and a Yipoli. I've worked it out. We've got 22 games left to play. We might not get them all done tonight. I don't think we can get them all done tonight. But I'd like to get them all done by tomorrow night. Because like I say, I go away Sunday. And I don't want to have to come back and play one more day of like FM24. Because who knows what world we'll be in a week's time, you know? We could still be chomping at the bit. We might be in beta world. We don't know. AEK has a beautiful stadium in real life. Has it? I've not been. I've not seen it, actually. I need to I'll have a nosy on it. To be fair, Greece isn't a country I've been to, and I know we did the Build a Nation, and I was like, we should all go to Greece. We should. You know, TJFM outing. We'll do it. It'll be fine. Yeah. Sneaky prediction for the beta is the 21st. That's the day I've got in my head as well, Rouge. I feel like that feels right for me as well. Whether it is or not, I don't know, and I have no inside information at all. But yeah, that sounds and feels about right for me. But then again, everything is subject to change, isn't it? Everything is subject to change. You know, even SI could be sat thinking that's the perfect date, and one thing changes, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, just push the button. Like, it's just a thing, isn't it? Yeah. Three to 4 p.m. Now, is that 3 to 4 p.m. UK time, Dan, or Japanese time? Because, as we know, Japanese time is far more important in the world of Football Manager. The number of critical bugs that can delay something for 24 hours or more, there's no guarantee. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine that the next announcement that's coming, given the limited announcement that came from the recruitment revamp, I don't know if everyone saw the post-it note of a blog that they had yesterday, day before. I mean, we've even been accused on the podcast this week of being negative. that's how little information there was on the recruitment revamp. So based on that, I would imagine the next and presumably final bit of update will be around console and mobile, and then after that it'll just be like, right, release date. That's what I would imagine would be the roadmap. And they don't have a roadmap anymore, but I'd imagine that's what the next announcement's going to be, because there hasn't really been anything about console and arcade and touch and mobile and all that sort of thing. So that's what I would, if I was a betting person, I'd presume that's the next announcement. Do streamers have early access to FM26? No. Most creators have been complaining about the Korean interview, and the confirmed international management isn't in this year. Again, we touched upon that in the podcast. It seemed a weird place to announce it, almost hoping that nobody would see it, or that like word would then eventually filter back. Like, honestly, I've watched Zealand's video, and yes, it's maybe a bit over the top for me, but the point is 100% valid. Like, what a head of that is. Like, fine, take international management out of FM25, okay? But spend that time working on it. And then to come back with FM26 and for it to not be in, like, that, for me, that would have been my initial highlight feature of the FM26 release. Feature list would have been, right, FM26 is here. You know the Premier League's in. Oh, by the way, international management's here. It's definitely in. We've not taken it. I would have led with that. I would have put all my efforts into putting that in. With it being a World Cup year, with it being women's football, because of course how important the international game is to women's football. You know, it's much more important than winning the Women's Champions League. It's much more important than winning the WSL, or the American Women's Soccer League. So that feels like a massive own goal. The US market is huge. You know, they're developing a lot of players in the US market. So why would you not have the World Cup, which of course is being held in North America? It just feels like a huge own goal, like a huge missed opportunity for me personally. Like, out of year, fine. Like, FM25, you can forgive it for not being in because it's the lead up to the World Cup. In a World Cup year, you can't. Like, and even if they bring it out later on and be like, oh look, we'll add it, you know, as Zealand's suggesting, you know, like add it in January or March or whatever. People's saves have already started. It's already been and gone. Like, what are you going to do? Like, if I was doing a Build a Nation, like Matt, for example, second yellow card, he does Build a Nation, and we'll probably be doing Build a Nation again this year. Is he going to click international management on when he's maybe 10 seasons in, 15 seasons in? Do we know if it's going to work? Like, with your save game? Okay, presumably they're going to try and make it save game compatible. I would imagine it's not. I'd imagine you're going to have to start a new save. But even if it is save game compatible, are you going to run the risk when you're 15 seasons in, clicking that button that says, right, international management is in, and I can now start, you know, adding that, like playing that version in my save, running the potential risk of ruining your save. You know what? Personally, I'm not running that risk personally. Rightly or wrongly, and it might well be wrongly, okay? But yeah, I don't know. I just find it weird. Z should keep his opinions to himself, or FM26 is cancelled as well. I mean, I don't think it's going to be cancelled. I don't think FM26 is going to be cancelled. But I think there was already a lot of people were asking questions, and there was already a massive negative feeling towards FM26, you know, because of certain content creators anyway, drumming up that kind of angry mob mentality. It's just another voice to like ramp it up a bit. And this is the moment when you sort of want SI to come out swinging and be like, right, actually, this is what we've got. and this is, what we can show you to alleviate any of these quote unquote worries, concerns, fears, all these like really over the top words that have been used before about a video game. But I just don't think SI are going to do that. I don't think they're going to counter it. They're just going to let it rumble, and I think that's half the problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're almost like, it's almost like sort of, they're happy for that sort of attitude to be in the space and not address it or like sort of come back on it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm trying to sort of like articulate how I feel about it. Like, because as I say, I like to think that I'm pretty transparent. I'm pretty authentic, I think, with my views, and I hope that those of you who've known me for a few years will hopefully agree. Like, I don't sort of like have I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon. I'm not going to defend out of blind faith. I'm not going to argue for the sake of arguing. I like to think I'm fairly considered in my views. Yeah? But I do think that they just maybe missed a few things on the way through this last few weeks. Like, and I don't know whether it's deliberate. I don't know whether it's part of the plan. I don't know whether something bigger is on the horizon. I genuinely don't know. Like, but I just think that, yeah, there's a couple of things that I'm looking at going, that surprises me. That surprised me. And, yeah, we've mentioned it on the show today. The recruitment blog, literally stick it on a postcard, on a post-it note. There wasn't enough to talk about, really, about it. Lord, appreciate the raid, by the way, my friend. Very, very kind. And on Rocks as well, appreciate the prime. Thank you so much. Very, very kind. Very kind. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I sit with it at the minute. I don't think the idea of baiting is going to help anybody, really. Especially this late in the game. But I can see why it's come late. Because nothing's being said, and that's the thing. Like, why is it being... Like, why is Miles doing an interview in a magazine or a website in Korea to mention that international football's not in? Why has somebody not just said from the top, right, just to confirm, this isn't in? Like, because it looks worse, doesn't it? It looks worse going like, you said that out there. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird decision, I think. It wouldn't shock me if SI released the World Cup management as DLC to try and raise more money. Oh, right. I don't think... I agree half of that point, Rouge. I think they will... I can see them releasing it as DLC. I don't think they'll charge for it. Right? I don't think they'll charge for it. Because I think that by doing that, I think the backlash they would get would be... It wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it. Like, and also as well, it would really shoot in the foot all of the gammons who've been saying that women's football is not played by 95% of the player base. It would then highlight just how little people would play international management. So you could then argue that technically nothing needs to be in the game, really. So yeah, I don't think that they'll do it as a payable download. I think they'll do it as a free download. I can see that happening. That feels like something that could be considered as a sort of like yeah, look, terribly sorry we fucked up. Here it is. But is that going to be enough to make people happy about it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. They've cancelled the game, kept the price points similar rather than charging EA rates. If they want to make extra money, they've done it by now. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess games are the price of games, really, aren't they, as well? That's also the thing, you know? I guess everyone's guess is as good as everyone's, isn't it? And that's the problem. We are back into guesswork territory again. And that's never a good place for anybody to be, really, trying to guess what's going on. Because none of us know. And we've all got our own agendas and our own viewpoints on how things should work, or considerations for what we'd like to work. So, yeah, it's a dangerous place to be, I think. Usually I'd agree. They're usually good in that regard, but it's a yearly release, and the way the gaming market is right now, I wouldn't shock me. Well, I mean, prices are going up everywhere, though, aren't they? So I can see where you're coming from, Rouge. I mean, you lot were telling me this week, that Game Pass had shot up in price. So, yeah, I suppose, money has to be made. That's the thing. People do have to make money. SI are a business. They're not a charity. And they certainly don't owe us, the consumer, anything. If anything, they owe Sega a game. Yeah. They don't own the consumer a game. So I don't know. My gut feeling is I can't see it being chargeable. But then again, we're now in a world where international management isn't in a football game, so like anything's possible, really. Who knows? New games have gone from 50 to 70 to 80 quid. Honestly, games costs these days are crazy. But we say they're crazy now. Like, God, yes, yeah. Remember back in the day on the SNES, Super Nintendo, NBA Jam was 70 quid, and that was like 30 years ago. And that was 70 quid. Street Fighter was 60 quid. Yeah. Devil Boy, it might seem like a weird question, but how did you set up your touchline tablet to have so much info? I downloaded a skin, Devil Boy. That's what I did. I downloaded a skin. WTCS skin is the one you want to get from. If you just stick that into Google, that'll pull up. That's the one. Yeah, loads of good stuff. The Muster Man skin's awesome as well, by the way, for another skin, so. Yeah. So anyone that's seen, by the way, anyone that's seen the podcast episode this week, and apologies for it being late, but obviously it was a late record. And then there was a bit of an issue with the export, getting it up and out onto YouTube from Chris's computer, because it was pretty much melting to try and export I don't know why Aaron's footage was like 9 gig or something. Anyone that's seen the podcast episode this week, feel free to give me any comments, any views, or in fact anyone who's got views on the recruitment revamp. Let me know, because I know we've been accused of being negative, but I can't see where it's been revamped. It feels very much like the old system. They showed us something, but also nothing at the same time. That's sort of my impression. Like, like I said on the podcast, I was like, oh, that screen's lovely. There's loads of information, but also no information. There didn't seem to be much in the way of changes. Yeah, they were like, oh, transfer rooms here. And I'm like, isn't that a bit like offered to clubs and higher intermediaries? That feels a little bit like what that is. And I guess with everything, so here's my main thing right now, is that all these features are great, you know, like great things to say and to advertise and to make little videos on. I just want to see how they work in the new world, the new engine, the new UI. Like, how does in and out of possession work? Like, what does it look like? How easy is it to navigate? That's what I want to be looking at. Yeah, my eyes are adjusting to the UI. I think the UI looks nice. I'm quite a fan of that sort of sleek tiles and cards look. For me, it looks clean. I know some people hate it. Some people online despise it and say it looks like a console game. I'm not saying that, but I can understand why they say that. For me, I think it looks fine, but I do think that the lack of clarity as to what's there. Like, there seems to be a lot of information just chucked at you, as there is in Football Manager. But if it's not customizable in terms of like other skins and stuff, then I hope we can do something with it ourselves to be like, right, I'd rather have this little tile saying this bit, this little card saying this bit. But I don't know. If it's not customizable for skinners, does that mean it's not customizable for us? I don't know. Because the vanilla skin for 24 was fine for about a week until it was like, you know what? I need things in a different order. Calispira Jason, welcome. Balls at the top. There's Fergrass. Oh, look at that. That's another goal. Youngster, he knows what he's doing, doesn't he, this boy? Ian and Ryan, welcome. We are not in France. We are not. It's a shame. I would have liked to have stayed in France, but France weren't particularly keen on me staying. Which is it's a shame, really, isn't it? Like, but yeah, they were like, "It's probably time you left," and I was like, oh, "Okay." So yeah, we're back in Greece. Final season of the Journeyman save. Hopefully, with AEK, we can potentially look to win the league. Look at that, Larissa, bottom of the league, 5 points. We're top of the table, unbeaten so far this season. Proof that 4-2-3-1 Gegenpress is a little bit overpowered. What a sight it would be, though. What a sight it would be to go unbeaten all season and win the league. That would be class. Oh, Slory intercept. Here's Kerrick. We're on the counter. 3-1 up. We smell blood. Kerrick. Oh, goes for the top corner. I think he had other options there, personally. Keepers played out fine. That's all right. Slory over the top. Ballerini shows good feet. Oh, Jonsson makes it 4. There we go. AEK purring. Slory over the top. Ballerini is away. Good cross in. Jonsson, simplest of headers. As long as he's in front of the defender, he's going to score that. And he does. Oh. Oh well, never mind. We'll concede that goal. That's not a problem. With it, Larissa being beaten by Olympiacos 3-1. There you go. We've done our bit. 4-2. 1 point ahead of Panathinaikos. We've got Asteras next. Another injury for Tessia. 21 games unbeaten. Let's hope in January we don't have to sell off our best players. Yeah. Give me a dozen eyes to enjoy Ballerini. He's a decent player, isn't he, Jason? Like, he looks alright. There you go. Unbeatable AEK set new record. Just as we go for a mid-season break. Hang on, all the youth players have gone on a break. I was like, everyone's gone on a break. We've got a match in 2 days. Like, what? That seemed like the sort of thing that I would do, though, to be honest. I think there's a comment earlier on, by the way, about there's been no reference to training in FM26. Good point. Have they taken training out of FM26? Because if they have, good. I've never used it. I've never seen the benefit for it. Just, yeah, get it gone. Get it gone. I'm like Lelujo in that sense. Training is what the assistant managers and the coaches do, not the manager. Yeah. That sounds like somebody else's problem. Surely with the new in and out possession roles, then training may need an overhaul. Maybe. Like, it would make sense to, like, sort of have some extra defensive training, probably. But that sounds like logic. And I don't know logic. Logic doesn't know me, so I can't comment. I can't comment when it comes to things like that. Because, you know, that word scares me a little bit. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who knows? I wonder whether the squad plan is going to be improved as well. Yeah. Or am I still going to be pens and paper this year? That's a question, isn't it? It's another question we don't know the answer to at this moment in time. I think that's maybe the issue, isn't it? That even with what, 3 weeks now, isn't it? Like, we're on the 10th of October. 4th of November is the release. So 3 weeks until main release. We still don't really know what does what. Yeah. See, you can take my pens and paper out of my cold dead hands. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Not killing the idea of the original squad planner. Yeah. Ryan said, oh, look at that. Fevgash. There to tap in. Pounces on the mistake. Evening, El Diego. 1-0 for AEK. Ryan, so many questions to be answered, to be fair. There's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Not many answers. The podcast have tried. I think we've made more questions, to be honest. Some of our analogies this week were out there as well, even by our own standards. They were out there. May have mentioned dead dogs on this week's show, so there's a little out of context one for you. Did not have anything to do with Michael Barrymore or people just ringing up and asking for questions from a comedian. I mean, not technically again, Dan. Like, the context was... I'm not even sure if the context makes any sense explaining it again. But even Matty saying, nice to see you, buddy. I can't believe Fevgash has missed that. Jason, recruitment is going to be important to find those players that can play in the in-possession tactic and out-of-possession tactic. Players with high adaptability, positioning, work rate, and some decent acceleration and pace. Yeah, I agree with that. I would think that makes complete sense. And I think it's going to be interesting when people do their Wonder Kid videos or their This Is Who You Should Sign videos. Are they going to take that into account? You know, when players do their holiday and simulation videos, are those sorts of considerations given when it comes to building tactics? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they're going to do it because they've never had to do it that way before. So is it going to help them actually? Oh, great ball. Slow with the tap in. Is it going to help those guys that do that sort of content? Like, they can then actually recruit a bit more specifically to really get some excellent results and some more authentic results when they're simulating. Or is it going to go the absolute opposite way? I don't know. I don't know. Nikos Dabizas stays away from our squad. Oh, Nikos Dabizas is nowhere to be seen. Like, you know, I'm happy to be patient, wait and see what the game is like. Looking forward to something different. Yeah, I want to see what it's like. Whether it's different, I mean, it should be different. It will be. It should be different. It's the first of its generation, so it should be different. But it will still be the same, I'd imagine, because football's not different, really, is it? Like, it's going to feel familiar in the fact that the mechanics of football and football management haven't changed in the last 2 years. Visually, aesthetically, it will feel different. It will look different. You could argue mechanically it might play different because we don't know how it's built and how it's set up. But I suppose the fundamentals of what we're trying to do is going to be the same. The purpose of what we're trying to do is going to be the same. Yeah. You think spacebar managers are going to hate it? It's going to be a lot more focused on thinking during the game if the AI side is strong. Right. Do you know what? You've made 2 good points there, Ryan. 2 good points. And we said this during FM24, by the way, that we thought Spacebar Manager was dead, and it's not. Yes, you've got smarter AI, but what is smarter? Like, how do you quantify smarter? Like, if the AI is a bit shit right now, all it needs to be is 1% less shit, and by definition, it's smarter. Does that make sense? And I don't want to be pessimistic on it or like sort of be a bit of a naysayer. But I want, and maybe I am being a little bit too literal, and I have been accused of this many times before. But like, just being 1% less shit doesn't mean that you're so much better. And again, I think people might hang their hats a little bit too much on the AI has improved significantly. Because again, I would be worried if you're hoping for that, because I think you might know deep down in your heart of hearts that it probably hasn't improved that much, and certainly not to a level that's noticeable. I think, because if you did improve it to a level that was noticeable, you'd have a lot of managers really complaining that the game's got too hard, too quick, and it needs to get harder. That's what she said. But it almost needs to be incrementally more difficult. Like, it needs to be a gradual thing. I mean, in a sense, now is the perfect time to make it more difficult. It's a brand new game. It's a brand new era. Go, right, as of now, the game is difficult. But you run the risk of alienating a lot of casual players who are the majority. Like, let's not beat around the bush. They are the majority. We're going to finish that by Ballerini. They are the majority, not the players who play 5 seasons, 10 seasons, 15 seasons. They are the minority of players on Football Manager. And they're the ones that want the game harder. 95%, 99% of the player base don't want it difficult. That's the tricky bit. Yeah. Yeah, I want to be the focus this year. This year will be porting over what they had in the new engine to make it work. I think that's it. That's it, Rougeau. Yeah, getting what they had working in Unity. That feels like what it's probably going to be for this year. In that possession may have improved it by 5 to 10%. I don't think it's going to improve it by that much, Ryan. That, for me, feels like a huge, huge swing. 5 or 10%. I think we're talking like 1% or 2% max. But I would love to be in your situation with that. I would love it to be they have managed to get a 10% swing on AI intelligence, because that would be class. That would make the game so much more enjoyable for me personally. Not for the vast majority of players, but for me. Evening, Chris. Welcome. How are we? Jason, if that's cost you 1%, unless that 1% costs you a Champions League trophy, in that case you can always welcome that 1% on your side. Fair. No criticism. FM24 was good. A code and engine change is massive if you want to do it right. Oh, 100%. And I think there's already been a lot of talk that the match engine, as we refer to it, the code that sits underneath the mathematics, is the same mathematics as FM24. And why would it not be? Because, you know, FM24's engine is pretty decent, to be honest. You're not gonna reinvent the wheel. Yeah. And of course, there's some people then got angry about that, being like, oh, but they've not redesigned everything completely from scratch. And it's like, you don't get it, do you? You don't get it. El Diago, I go back to the Kevin Toms days for the first time ever. I'm really worried about the quality of release this year. Right, okay. Up to and including FM24, the lead-up comms have been on point. Last year I thought SI and Miles would be all over the comms leading up the release. This week's post was poor and has not filled me with confidence at all. I'm trying to join the dots here, El Diego. So I go back to the Kevin Tom days. Oh, so no, you go all the way back to the Kevin Tom days. Oh yeah. Me too. For the first time ever, I'm worried about the quality of the release. All about the comms. Yeah, well, I think that's sort of what we've been saying, isn't it? Really, that this is the year they should be banging everyone's doors down, going like, "This is what we've done. This is what we've done. Look how class this looks. Haven't we done a great job?" You know, and they've not done that. So I'm on your side with that one. They needed to have done that, and they haven't. Whether worried's the right word, I don't know. I still hate the word worried. I still hate the word fear. I still hate the word scared. I'm confused as to why they've not done that. So I sort of agree with you. Yeah, I sort of agree. And that recruitment post from Wednesday just baffled me. Like that was just that was pretty much a tweet. That blog. Yeah, I'm going in open-minded. I'm trying, Chris. I am trying. I think as I say, the recruitment revamp, as it's called, was that confused me because that didn't feel like a revamp. Like that just felt like very much like, so transfers are in FM26, and I was sitting going, yeah, I should hope so. And then they went, see you later. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Away we go. But maybe we're going to be wrong. Maybe it's going to be they're keeping their cards close to their chest, and everything's going to be exciting when we play it for the first time. Yeah, and they're sort of like not wanting to drum up that excitement too much because they almost want it to be a surprise, and for us to be like, oh shit, like you should have been shouting about this weeks ago, months ago, because this is class. Like, if that's the tactic, it's a bold tactic, and I would love it if that was the tactic and it paid off. That would be mint. That would be really mint if they've just underplayed it and not sort of like shouted about it, but under the hood, they've just been quietly confident that everything's gonna bang. That's a baller move, innit? That's a baller move if they do that. I think I'd quite respect that, actually. To be honest, I'm now looking around going, I want that to be I want it to be that. That's the way I'd do it. I mean, if I was in charge, I'd do it that. 3-minute videos are terrible ways of showing off features, as they're not giving the game to the creators early, isn't drumming any hype for the game. I don't know. Like, look, I don't think we should be getting involved. Personally, my opinion is that we shouldn't be getting involved. I know some other creators would have a different view upon that, but I just think you've got. The problem is if you give it to creators, or if you give it to anybody, like let's just call it anybody, right? Like, they had open testing, didn't they? And like members of the public could go, and I guess all it takes is one person to break an NDA, and it's just like, I don't really think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the risk. Do you know what I mean? Of getting people in early to see it. I think they're better off just keeping it, working on it, and then like release it when it's ready to go, and then we all see it at the same time, and we all like, no one's got any sort of like preconceived ideas or notions of what it's like, and no one's got an agenda that they've been able to sort of like weave, or a narrative they've been able to sort of like just plot and string along. And because, you know, if people got it early, their opinions would already be formed, so they'd be like able to sort of be like, oh, you know what, well, maybe if I start to post like loads of really positive stuff, like you might be like, I think they know something. Or if they post loads of really negative stuff, like, do they know something? Like, do you know what I mean? You don't know. So yeah, I think just everyone should have it at the same time. I don't think anyone should be above anybody else. So just everyone gets it at the same time. We all then experience the first look together, and then we go from there, and we're like, right, this is the new era. How do we all tackle it? Like, you know, do we like it? Do we not like it? What do we like? What do we not like? And then we go from there, and we see. Do they normally let streamers test the game at SI before release? No. No, Alex. No, open testing this year was a big thing. It was a thing they did as a... I think it was because of the delay for FM25, if I remember correctly. They had an open testing. And it was I think, from my understanding, because I didn't go, I was busy doing the Jameson stuff, and I couldn't get down anyway because like the timings and stuff. From what I understand, it was very much trying to show off the Unity engine and what the game would look like. So that's really interesting. Would I have liked to have gone? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Maybe not. Like I've just said there, like, no, I think I'd rather see it when it's finished rather than like in build, because I don't want that to tarnish my view. Do you know what I mean? Like if you see a game a year out of its release, then in your head you're like, like what if something doesn't work on the day you're there, or like, oh, what if something's mint and you're like, oh, this is brilliant, I've got a year to like build up to this. Yeah, so yeah, it was not for me. The United City's in though. That's someone who's for me. He absolutely is for me. Welcome, Kev. How are you, sir? And thank you, Ruzio, for doing a shout out for Kev. If you're not following Kev, by the way, you really should. One of the nicest people in the Football Manager community. He put out a poll this last week, I think it was it? Sorry, Kev, I've been terribly busy, but Kev put out a thing about trying to find out who the best people in the community were. There's pressure to say it's good when you're there. Oh, Dan, that's a great point. Absolutely. Yeah, you try and tell someone that something's shit to their face. Or, you know, being like, oh yeah, I'm really happy that we're here. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a very good point. Where we got? Right, this is I'm gonna rip this off your stream. Kev wins his own poll. I think so. Can we do it? Right, this is Kev's post. I'm going to pop it in the chat, and I'm going to let you all decide on who these people are. So, from the last 2 years, feel free to name your favourite streamer, favourite YouTuber, new streamer, new YouTuber, blogger, best streamer moment, YouTube video, podcast, community member, Hall of Fame entrant, and the one to watch for FM26. Feel free to debate amongst yourselves, everyone. Sorry I've not been able to format it properly on the screen, but you get my drift. So feel free to add those in. Your game shit, lovely officers. Coffee's dreadful. Yeah, how are you though, Kev? I hope you're well. A very happy Friday to you as well, my friend. Fat bloke, nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're good. Wheezy Blonde on YouTube. I've got no idea who Wheezy Blonde is. I feel like it's a channel I should be watching on OnlyFans, actually. Oh, WWE content creator. Got you. There's no pressure. There's no pressure to say me. You know, I shouldn't be your favourite. If I am your favourite, then fine. But there's a lot of other content around. I'd be amazed if we don't win podcast award though, like given the fact that we're the only podcast. Do you know what I mean? I'd be very upset. Going like, oh, do you know what I like? I like have a word. Okay, fair enough. One of the moments of the year was TJ getting promoted without realising it. Yeah, that was pretty good. Or getting sacked with Larissa. Oh, Jim Kelly. Up he goes. One to watch. Ankley. Yes. Anka's incredible. Not even streaming a month and she smashed it. Comes from front of the camera. Engaged with the chats well. Has a podcast of their own now as well. With FM girl Alice up the WFM show. Should be coming out very, very soon. I'm I believe they're recording next week. What's the command? WFM show. There we go. 17th. That's right. Yeah, I think that. So it'll be out probably 20th, 21st ish or something. I think they're aiming for the 20th. I think they're going to go for Mondays, I reckon. I believe. Evening Shaggers, evening Croaky, how are we? Slory's in. Slory scores. I found a new star on my team. Also got one free from Preston North End. There we go, fat bloke. That's what we're doing. It's a sibling show, we're calling it. You like, Kev? We're calling it the sibling show. We're not. But yes, we're very, very, very excited about it. It's going to be class. Yeah, Alice is brilliant. Ank, I don't know how I stumbled across them, but they are really, really good. Myself and Chris and Alice sat in their stream like after the second night of seeing them, and myself and Chris were like texting till about 2 a.m, being like, Ank's really good. Like, how have they only done this for like a week? And it was just that moment. It was like, right, we're going to make this happen. DeLucas is in. The Mad Scientist is here as well. Welcome, 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 pal. Pleasure to see you. Hope you're good. How the devil are you? If you're not following the Mad Scientist as well, by the way, you clearly don't like databases or retro podcasts. But if you do like databases and retro podcasts, go and give the Mad Scientist a follow. Your life will be better for it. Jason, you're currently my third favourite streamer. Third? Behind Omega Luke, not a streamer, and Trek. Take that. Luke's a YouTuber. I'm not falling right. I'm sorry. I'm not being the third favourite behind a YouTuber. Like, don't get me wrong. Luke's brilliant. Luke is genuinely brilliant, but he's not a streamer anymore now. Come on, Jason. Sort yourself out. I'm second behind Trek. Right. The TikTok ban was special. That was quite good, actually, to be honest. Yeah. When Hank becomes a big streamer, I'll bring up the text chat between me and you watching. It'll be brilliant. Yeah. It was the streaming equivalent of watching the Arctic Monkeys above a pub. We were there. There was us and 15 others. Ryan, I have 2 moments. TJ getting banned from TikTok and the kid who didn't know that Vinnie Jones was a footballer. Yeah, Vinnie Jones, what, the actor? Nope. Who's the streamer that supports Wolves? So Dave Azzopardi used to stream. He's on the 5-star. He was on the 5-star Potential podcast. I don't know if he still streams, but it might be him, possibly. That's the one. Yeah. I like Azzopardi. I like Dave. He's a good lad. He's not streamed for a while. He hasn't. He was on the Overlap, I think, because he does loads of stuff with Wolves for like their podcast and stuff. So he's like getting into real football, which is mint, and he's just really, really good. I really like Dave. Got a lot of time for him. Give it a week in the world, and his wife will be back streaming FM. This sounds a little bit like the United City's coming back. Yeah. He's sold out. He has. He's absolutely sold out, Croaky, you're right. Yeah. He left Dupe hanging. Mine was the stream on the eve of the Queen's death. Everyone on there. I'd forgotten about that. Oh dear. Yeah, I'd forgotten. It was the night before, wasn't it? This is when we got to the point about me. Hood's done. Hood's done. He's hung up his microphone. Yeah, the night before the Queen died, we were talking about what it would be like to get a hand job offer. So yeah, that was a good one. That was good. That was a good stream. That there's a Twitch streamer I liked. She's called Squishy Thighs. I mean, fat bloke. I don't know what you watch on the internet, mate, but. That feels very much like OnlyFans, doesn't it? But do you know what? Fair play. Get yourself as long as you're supporting the content creator. That's the main thing. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll try and do a. Who would I have? Who would I have as my? I'm going to pull this onto one side so I can have it onto a screen so I can see. Who would I have as my favourite streamer of the last 2 years? It's a tough one, isn't it? Because there's a couple of good people in there that you really like, sort of want to champion, and then you'll say so, and you'll be like, oh, what about that person? Because I love watching McKinn's. I think he's got a really, really great personality. He's just funny. He's like a really, really nice guy. His streams are always interesting. His saves are fun. He just keeps you engaged, entertained. I like Breezy. Breezy's really nice. Second yellow card is like just like bang, 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 bang. And I feel as though like. I feel like if I pick second yellow card, I'm picking myself. But I think second yellow card's a good shout. YouTuber. I'm not watching a lot of YouTube at the minute, but I love Stinger. Like, I can't help but love Stinger. Like, he's just brilliant. And Musterman was great as well. Like, Musterman's top draw. I like Loki Doki. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was one of the guys that got me into it in the first place. Like, Loki is the GOAT. You're right, Mad. Like, yeah, Loki is just like top draw. Bloggers, I like the Cafe Latte crew. I think they're really, really good. So I like Grasshopper. I like Dave Black as well. Would you say he's champ man rather than FM? I'd put him in there. Dave Black's a legend. He deserves a shout as well. Streaming moment, could be any YouTube video. I don't know what the best YouTube video is. I think Clates was the first one that did the feature length YouTube, wasn't it? So Clates could be the one. Or second yellow cards futuristic match of the day was mint as well. That was a right piece of content. And not just because I was in it, but like just the scale of what he tried to do was awesome. So that was mint. I'd say that was probably up there as one of the best videos I've seen. Best podcast. I mean, if the FM show doesn't win it, and I know there's no actual awards here, but given the fact that there is no other podcasts, I would say that we should be winning that. Community member, that has got to be Llama or the United City FM. The United City FM is probably a good member of the community. Or do you mean community member as in like someone in our chat? Because that could be different, couldn't it? Because then we can sort of like we have like your who's the best member of the community of your group. There is FMT. There is this week, Zeep. I hope they come back. But I don't know. I can't. I spoke to Rich the other day and I can't quite see how they're going to be back long enough. I hope I'm wrong. And Hall of Fame entrant. The Hall of Fame entrant has got to be Llama. I think Kev wins community member, and I think Llama is Hall of Fame. And the one to watch for 26 is it seems ridiculous to even say you need to watch it for FM26 because he smashed it in FM24. Like Robbo and Zims, you are not going to be able to move for them two going forward. Like they are going to be massive. Best YouTube video, maybe Tom FM's San Marino as well. Or the Pentagon Challenge. Isn't the Pentagon Challenge the one where we got the million views? One to watch for 26. Could be Ang. Could well be Ang, actually, to be honest. Sazmaz for community member. Work on skins over the years. Yeah. Do you know what? Honourable shout out to all of the skinning community, because sadly they're not working next year, are they? By the looks of it. Callum for community member. Actually, do you know what? I'd put Callum down for streaming moment. For streaming the slough save. Yeah, do that. That can be the streaming moment. It's Callum's slough save. So the actual match itself. On numbers, it's Tom for best YouTuber. He's been able to bring in numbers that are sensational. Someone's been able to bring people in from outside of FM. Yeah, Tom's he's just wired differently, isn't he? Tom, like he's able to just see videos that no one else can see, or that if they can see, he just executes it perfectly. Incredibly dedicated, incredibly hardworking, and do you know what? Just a sickeningly nice guy as well. Like, he's so lovely. He's so lovely, Tom. You know what? It's like, if I was half as nice as, if I was even 1% as nice as Tom FM, I'd be one of the loveliest people in the world. But I'm not. I'm a bit of a prick, sadly. Shame, really. It's tricky, isn't it, to try and try and narrow this down as to who's who, as to who you'd pick. I'm alright. Oh, I'm fine. I'm an acquired taste. I'm not for everybody. and nor should anybody be. No one should be for everybody. Yeah. Good people doing good stuff is the eventual consensus, really, which is awesome. I like that, Kev. I like the fact as well that we're able to shout people out and be like, right, this person's done something good. Nodded away. Almost conceding in the right at the end there. That would have been embarrassing. It would have been very TJ. Stinger's been great. Loved Moneyball rebuilds. Reckon he did Musterman proud and probably his best Moneyball protege in the FM edition. I think that's a nice comment, Jason. I would agree. Saido. Oh, Tessie with the tap in. Get in. Mention of Robbo and Zims, couldn't agree more. FM26 is going to be huge for them. Yeah, they know how to play TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how much you're growing on Twitch and YouTube. If you're growing on TikTok, you are growing. And those two boys know how to do TikTok. They are content creators, those two. So yeah, they're going to be massive. You're not going to be able to move for them next year. Too much negativity around these days doesn't hurt to occasionally say I thought that name did great. Kev, I 100% agree with you. What I'd be interested, Kev, what would be your list? Who would you be voting for when it comes to this? I should say, by the way, we've got lots of people in the chat. So if you've not dropped follows, by the way, for now, Come on, do yourselves a favour, drop a follow, be nice, be nice. Yeah, we normally stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, but tomorrow we're going to do Saturday to finish the season off. I've got a week off next week, so you can drop a follow and you don't have to watch next week. And then when we come back, hopefully we'll be in FM26 world. Yeah, and you'll get to see loads of good streams, loads of good YouTube videos, which I will definitely make. Chris is making me do them and everything. We're having a wholesome Friday. This is a new feeling. I'll say something offensive in a second, Chris. Don't worry. Don't worry. I mean, we've already gone back to re-reference the bit about the Queen and the hand jobs, so there is that. She'll have a 9/11 joke incoming. Well, if we do, there'll be a second one around very shortly afterwards. I was about to say wait for it. There we go. There, and we're off. And we're off. Welcome in, new people. Yeah, now's the time to drop a follow if you're about. Oh, Andrade's in. YouTube, what's that? Is it new? Oh yeah. It's like the telly on your phone tuning. It's weird. It's what the young people do. I was going to say incoming was the operative word, but I'll move on. The FM door. Ooh. You could be onto something there. From a lurker's perspective, you're one of the best chill and vibe streamers. On rocks, appreciate that. Thank you. That's kind of what I go for. I don't want to be like in your face. I don't want to be like high energy, you know. But I want to just be sort of like, it's Friday night. Let's kick back. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's do some stuff. Let's have a nice time together. There's a video in this. Oh, right. What? A video? Which bit? Which bit, Chris? What? As in, like the sort of the FM awards. Oh, there is a video, but I don't want to steal Kev's thunder. That's the thing, because like this is very much a Kev idea, and it would be remiss of me to then swoop in and be like, I'll make a video on it. Yes, Rougeau's absolutely right. Yes, thank you, On Rocks, as well for lurking and chilling. It's a pleasure to have you in. Steal away. I've got no worries at all. My creator hat kicked in there. Right, he says we can have it. Come on, Chris. Let's make it happen. We'll do a collab. We'll do a collab, Kev. We'll make it happen. Podcast episode, anything you like. There you go, see? Loads of ideas now. M-Rock's in as well. Appreciate you the follow there, M-Rock. Nice to have you on. Just had the stream on in the background. We're playing FM myself. Indeed, chill. Thank you. See, I like this. I like the fact that people are like going with the vibe. Yeah? Because I think this is one of the beauties. We've said this a lot on this stream. The FM is the kind of game you can just talk around. Like for us football managers, sort of like in the background almost. Like when we stream, it's like, oh yeah, he plays Football Manager occasionally, doesn't he? Like it's not the main thing. But yeah, I'm glad you're on board with the vibe. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Streamers in reverse order. Number 3, Dr. Benji. Number 2, second yellow card. Number 1, Mrs. J. Oh, that's a good shout, actually. Mrs. J needs to go up on the top streamer award. She's 100%. She's got an unbeaten record. Yeah. Before I had a kid, you'd be on the TV as I fell asleep. That's not a bad thing. Oh, honestly, Zalnies, that's not a bad thing at all. But now you've got a child. Yeah. You just need them to fall asleep as quick as you can, and then you can fall asleep afterwards. How old's your little one? Well, I presume little. I think he's 25. Now we're back to the reason we never try Mr. TJ stream. Jason's right, you know. Jason's right. 2 years, the terrible twos. Oh, I remember them well. As in they are terrifying and they still keep me up tonight, even though ours have moved on from it. I don't think they ever get out of it, to be honest. But it's good though. It's class. It's the best. But my word. Oh, my word. Sleep is also good. If you can get some of that at some point, you're winning. You're winning at life. I'm excited for her to turn 4. I mean, yeah, well, my youngest is about to turn 6, and then he's currently been a bit of an arsehole this last couple of weeks. So I don't think it gets any easier. I just think it's just different problems. My eldest is 7, and he's struggling with me being away every now and again. So just different problems, isn't it? Chris has got kids as well. Chris knows how it's like. So, and of course, anyone else who's fortunate enough to be in that position, they'll know what it's like. Director of Football and Technical Directors, eldest and youngest Jamesons, they're the ones. Ryan, for FM podcast, I think you should do a night where you all get all the creators on as possible and let them explain what their saves are for FM 26. God, that could be carnage. Like almost like sort of, how would I describe it? Like almost like sort of like a literal save. I just had that image just before Chris even started texting going, I am not fucking editing that. Chris, I've got an idea for you. Be fine. Be absolutely fine. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Chris gets paid. You think he'd love doing that? AEK team's doing well. Typical, it's the final season. Oh, look, Tuning, we can still bottle it from here. Right? We can still bottle it from here. Don't worry. It's not all over. Can't put a price on my reactions today on the laptop with a grin due to a comment TJ makes while I'm playing my save on the PC. All about context. Go on, Lesiato. Intercepted. Get the ball over the back post. He's unmarked. Couldn't find him. Loads of time to find him. Rakos. Kelly can't find the top corner. Zalness just pushing boundaries happens at 2 and 14. Yeah, that's the thing. They push boundaries when they get comfortable. They're like, this is comfortable. Let's see what we can do. Just nudge it on a little bit as well. Let's go back to Kev's answers, by the way, for his own question as to who the FM24 awards should be. Oh, great ball. Nice cutback. Yamaguchi makes it 2. D-Boy has been your favourite streamer of the year. The Omegas have been different class over on YouTube. I would agree with that. I get the thoughts of Robos and Zims as newcomers. Yeah. Community member is Callum for Slough. Hall of Famer, Loki Doki. Doesn't get the credit recognition he deserves. I think you're right, you know. I think there's the newer generation or the newer audience probably don't see as much Loki Doki as they should. And it's like the old school that are like, we were raised on Loki Doki. We're there like sort of shouting away for him, going, go on, Loki Doki, come on, back you come. That's the one. So yeah, I'm all for Loki Doki. Oh, it's offside just. Zalnish buzzing for FM26. I barely play FM24 due to the ban. And now Sunderland in the Premier League, fully licensed, can't wait. Up the Mackhams. Here we go. Oh, pick that one out. Rykos. What a hit. Look at this. Ball just comes right across him and he just twats it one. There's no other word for it. Look at that. Have it. What a name the centre-back won't even try and write their last name. Which one? Alderete? Or this centre-back here. Kyriakos. It is savable pass, bro. Yeah. If he moves a little bit more to his left, he'll save that. But he gives me too much of the goal. Yeah, we just call him Special K. Just needs to dive at the speed of the light, yeah, and be made out of brick. And be massive. But other than that, yeah, it's keeper's fault. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Liatao, over the top. Is it really too much to ask of a goalkeeper in the Greek League? I don't think it's too much to ask, Pars, bro. I'm with you on this one. I think actually he's letting the side down, you know? OG Loki fans remember Harry Owen at Cardiff Met Uni. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. I remember as well when he did his first introduction to Ives in Finland as well. I love a Loki Doki Journeyman save. Oh, beautiful. It's the country that created Hercules and Achilles let the lads need to step up. I found Loki late his World Tour save is the kind of thing I'd do. Yes. Loki will always be the VIP because his video about my YouTube channel back in the day. Oh, 100%. Yeah, he's your goat, and he looks after. He gave you some props early doors, gave you a platform. He fully goes into it. I'm gonna have to go back and relive it. I might do the same, Chris. I'm in a hotel room on my own next week. I think I could happily just sit and watch Loki Doki content. That's what he'd want, right? He'd want me to sit in the hotel room on my own, just watching his YouTube stuff. I'm sure he would. We need to get him back on the. We need to get him on the pod. We almost got him about a year ago because he doesn't do many podcasts, but he was up for it, and then he moved house. So, Chris, remind me to message Loki tomorrow and see if we can get him on at some point because I think he would be brilliant. Yamaguchi, oh, that should have been a goal. Jack over on YouTube, Jack says, what's the beta save? Beta save, Sunderland. Sunderland is the beta save. What about yours? Watch Loki's Portugal save from last year. That was really fun. Ooh, okay. See, I like the fact that there's like sort of people that can instantly go, oh, watch this. Like, that's the sign of a good creator, innit? You know their stuff. You know their series. Chris, I remember when he was asked up-and-coming content creators to send in their videos he could critique. Did one for me back when I used to do videos, gave me some fantastic advice, mainly around SEO. Oh, nice. Because I remember that Kevin Ben did the Creators Clinic, didn't they? But I didn't know that Loki did it, but that's lovely. And that's what you need, isn't it? Like, I can't do that sort of stuff. I can give you the presenting tips as to what you want to do and like how you sort of want to package stuff up. But I can't really give you much more when it comes to things like SEO and stuff, or thumbnails, but I can certainly have a conversation about how you're supposed to be on screen and some of the technical stuff with like, you know, like your lighting and your camera and your microphone and stuff like that. But yeah, I also don't have the time to do it. So as much as I would like to do it and give back to the community, I haven't got enough time for myself anyway, so you're just going to have to do without. Liatao, great score. Or maybe, you know, maybe if you catch me on over Christmas, we'll do it over Christmas, right? That gives me enough time to think of something else that's going to ADHD and overtake. But we could do that. We could have get a bottle of Baileys out, right? Or a bottle of whiskey, and we'll sit and we'll have a little bit of a chat. We'll watch some content and we'll talk to some people and be like, right, this is good. This is what you like. This is what you like. And then this is what you need to improve on. And for Christmas, you might need to go and ask Santa for a set of lights and some microphones. Yeah? TJ's Creator Clinic, better microphone. Yeah, that's the first thing. That is the first thing. Microphone, lights, camera, Baileys. After that, the rest of it is down to you. Like, do you know what I mean? You can't blame anything else on that. If you're just not very good, you're just not very good. And sometimes it will be a case of you're not actually very good. Yeah. At least TJ now has a working microphone cable. I do. Oh, and we had a bit of play about with Banana last night as well, Chris. So my microphone, and I didn't do it on the podcast because I was like, I'm not going to change it because Chris will be really, really angry if I change it and you've got to try and fix it at your end. But I think I've got Banana working, and I think it sounds a little bit. Actually, let me see. Can I maybe? Let me just try and see if I can do it. I don't. Do you know what? I'm going to try and mess around with it here and see if I can do it. Voice meter in 2 possibly. Right. Just let me check and see if this is going to sound any better. Right, I've got it working on Riverside, but obviously not here. So ignore that for now. So yeah, it might not work, but I need to work out how to put it onto OBS. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right. This is working again. I'm back here. That's better. That's much better. I got too ahead of myself, didn't I? Maybe I shouldn't do a technical creators clinic after all. Literally just proved my point right there. TJ's tech issues need an honourable mention for streaming moment of the year. Oh, I think so. Agreed with the streaming with Sidwell as well. By the way, that is a good shout for streaming moment of the year. Yeah, that was mint. Being able to do the stuff with Jameson's. Yeah, that was good. I like that. The playoff final was epic, wasn't it? Just like the ultimate TJ way of doing it. Yeah, the easy way, the hard way, and the TJ way. Am I okay with no international management for a year? I might be one of the few that use it. I'm okay for leaving it for a year, but folks seem really upset. We talked about it a little bit at the start, Zelnius. No, I'm a bit frustrated with it, to be honest, that it's not in. I understood during 25 it wasn't going to be in, but for 26 I'm like a bit. Oh no, don't worry. No, I'm more than happy to recap. I just think that for 26, given the fact it's a World Cup year, given the fact it's women's football's debut, international football is so important in the women's game. It just feels like a massive own goal that they've missed, like a massive open goal. They've just sort of like hoofed it over the bar. I can't believe that it's not in. I really can't. Like, it makes no sense to me at all. The excuse of it's not very good. But right, well, there's loads of bits of the kit that aren't very good. You know, training's not very good. Like, you could argue that like the transfers aren't very good. Just take them out. Like, because there's no smart AI. Like, the opposition managers aren't very good. Take them out then. Like, you know, you can't just take it out and not replace it with something. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the decision was and how it's come across, but my feeling is that it might end up as DLC at some point. Rugio was suggesting, would that look like a paid model? I don't really think that would be a good way to go. I don't think that the audience would buy it, both like metaphorically and actually physically. I feel as though it would have to be a free download of like, we're really sorry we fucked up, by the way, here, have this. But also, people are going to be invested in their saves by that point. Like, the point I made earlier was, what if you download it and you're 10, 15 seasons in and it fucks up your save? Like, you're going to be so pissed, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you've invested a lot of time into your save. You're already annoyed that international management's not in. And then you've ran the risk of downloading this patch, which is going to work with your save file, and it doesn't. And it corrupts your save file. That is like, there's going to be anger if that happens. A lot. Yeah. Could it be international management isn't in the Korean version? I don't think there's a thing, Alex. Yeah, I think it's not in any of it. It's not in any of it. But I do agree with Z's point. If it's broken, fix it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. If it doesn't work, that's literally your job, is to make it work. Even better Cage, by the way. Nice to see you. Appreciate the thoughts. I don't get why it's gone unless it comes back 1,000 times better. But, well, and again, this is the thing. Like, I don't mind it going if it comes back, but because they've announced that it's come off and they've taken it off, and let's still say this was for FM25, right? The roadmap for putting it in was FM26, so it should be ready. Yamaguchi, irrespective of what happened in FM25, there should have been enough resource allocated to get it ready for FM26. So now I'm confused as to why it's not ready. And I almost don't think that's an excuse, really, is it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, fine, it wasn't ready for FM25, but it was supposed to be in FM26. And what I would have done personally, and I said this at the start of the stream as well, is that would have been one of the first things I would have shouted about when we were doing feature drops. Would be like, right, Premier League license in, and then the next one would be, oh, by the way, international management's back. It's a World Cup year. We couldn't miss with this one, and then that's where we go. So, but I don't know. I don't know. Tells you what a load of garbage FM25 must have been if they didn't get international management in for 26. Again, we don't know what they've been doing on international management or Pars Pro. Let's think about this. I am thinking that there's certain teams work on certain things, and whoever's working on the international management must still not have been able to get their part done. Like, so everything from FM25 is now built, and that's now called FM26. They are now still unable to get international management working the way they want. So the team that wanted to get that done for FM26 haven't accomplished that mission. So that part of the game isn't working. But I do find it weird that it's not going to be in. Good to be taken out. I hardly ever used it. I take it out and improve for 27, then everyone will forget about it. The thing is, though, Ryan, like, I don't really get. That's the bit that I found difficult when Miles said, oh, no one really plays it. Now, no one plays it because it's crap, right? And no one plays it because international football itself is a bit boring. Football Manager's representation of international management isn't particularly fun. We've had some fun with it, but in addition to a club save, like, I wouldn't just do international management on my own. That would be boring. But that's because international management's boring. Like, but the problem is, by taking it out, you've now raised people's expectations that it has to be fucking good when it comes in. And even if it's only 2% better than it was, people are then going to go, well, why did you take it out? Like, why did you not just put it in? If it's not that much better, why was it not in from the start? Because it now has to be really, really good. In the same way when they cancelled FM25, FM26, in some people's eyes, now has to be really, really, really good because they've had 2 years doing it, rather than treating it as they're still making FM25, but they've called it FM26. Does that make sense? Like, majority of people's expectations should be a little bit lower, but there'll be some people who won't understand that, well, actually, you've had 2 years, so therefore it should be really good now. You've got no excuse. And that's their opinion, and dare I say, a reasonable one for some people. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah? Rouge, I guess if they'd taken the 24 international management across, that would have been fine. It's not great, but no worse than it has been for the last few 10 years or longer. Exactly. Like, it's not like it was unplayable. You know, Miles has taken shouts out because apparently they don't work as he thought they wanted to, but international football still worked. You know, yeah, fine, it wasn't ideal, but look at some of the leagues that no one plays. Might as well take them out as well then. Like, that's the argument for taking international football out because no one played it was the same argument that idiots have tried to use for putting women's football in, but no one's going to play it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, so it's tricky, the words that were picked of to explain that. And again, I just find that a strange choice. There you go. Fevgash makes it 3. Had he said we're revamping it and not saying it's coming removed, you could say it's revamped, then you could be like, right, okay, now we haven't quite got it firing as we want. It will come out in a little bit, and that is better. Yeah? We haven't heard anything about draft mode yet either, have we? No. No, we haven't. Oh dear. What's going to be in the place of shouts, carrier pigeons, no smoke signals? Yeah. All 3 of those, I think. I think it's similar to when they send little pieces of paper on with players. Semaphore, possibly. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, what's replaced? Morse code. And the thing is, footballers are known to be incredibly clever. So understanding Morse code is definitely a thing a footballer could do. Yeah. My stream FM26 says that there's a multiplayer. Some form of online is there, I think. Or Steam FM26 says the multiplayer. Interesting. Well, if there is, that's good. Can telephones replace shouts? Oh yeah, tins of beans with bits of string on. Brilliant. Piece of paper that just says berate. Women's football leagues has just been added more databases and base game modes. International management has put additional mechanics. National pool is seriously flawed as it is, and probably an extra converting to code base to a new standard. Yes, that's a fair point, Parsbro. Yes, it is its own thing. Oh, keepers come rushing out. We've conceded a goal. What's happened? Oh, it's an own goal as well. Zavoras has just poked past the goalkeeper. He's only just come on. International management sometimes look like cheating because I knew all the nation's players without scouting. But you should be able to tie that into your build a nation or whatever. Oh, that's a clear penalty. Maybe do interpretive dance instead of shouts. That could work. Hands player, no. Player throw water ball. Yeah, just it just says praise. Like, praise? What? Demand more. All I can see is Mr. Burns doing his dances to call baseball players. That's 100% what it's going to be. Are you Darryl Strawberry? Yeah. Do you play right field? Yeah, I play right field. We're talking posh ball. Oh, what that was a moment, wasn't it? Thing is, people were angry enough was when Miles said they thought they could convert the old C+ code to C hash in a matter of weeks. That's like saying I played GTA Online, I can drive an 18-wheeler. Yeah, the issue is that when the general public get involved, that's usually where the issues come in it. Issue of all the international will have to be in the game. Issue is all of the internationals will have to be in the game. Yeah, it's essentially part of scouting, player contracts, development, training, fatigue, and injuries. All the systems are affected by international stuff. Why not let it be playable? I suppose technically, like, you could argue that it sort of happens in the game anyway. Like, you know, I don't manage Equatorial Guinea, but their games still happen. My players still, you know, get caps. They still perform. They're still, you know, the Copa Libertadores happens without me managing in it. The AFCON happens without me managing in it. I get that it sort of happens and it's just non-playable, but just feels a bit weird when there's a World Cup year. Like, and given the fact that we used it during Build a Nation, that seems like the obvious spot for it. And it's killed an idea that I had, which was Build a Nation Scotland, because I wanted Scotland to win something internationally, or at least qualify for something internationally, first of all. And I now can't do that, so I've got to start thinking of a different save idea. And it would be meant to have done something with the women and then with the men and like do it that way. But obviously now it's like it's just not doable. It's not possible. So yeah, bit of a strange one. Bit of a strange one, isn't it? Evening musician, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Especially with the new transfer features, that would have been a cool combo. Let's hope for a quick patch. I mean, it depends on what you mean by new transfer features, doesn't it? I mean, I'm not 100% sure what new transfer features there are. We did the podcast episode yesterday, and I'm not sure. It seems like you can buy and sell players, and that's a revamp apparently. Have you heard you can now loan players? Oh, right, now Matt's going to be happy with that then. Matt will be happy with that. 300 players out on loan, as long as you put them on Footballer Facebook Marketplace. Which I think seems similar to the offer out to clubs. Do you know what I mean? So again, it feels like there's something already there. Matt said it might in the episode, it might help. Yeah. You can sell a fridge and a 23-year-old French centre-back. Yeah, just leave them on your driveway while you're at work. Is that Paul Pogba? Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, can I also take this toaster? Yeah, you can, yeah. Loving the Tartan Army representation. Absolutely. Well, look, we did well yesterday. Again, I'm not trying to rub it in the faces of Greece where we're managing, but 3-1. Couple of deep fried gyros for everybody. Yeah. I loved watching all the tweets as well. Like the sort of typical, like you know, we're all typical Scotland fans by going, Steve Clarke's pish, get rid of Steve Clarke, get him out of the national side, and then at the end going, 3-1 win was mint, wasn't it? It's like, well, we've done class. Yep, yeah. I feel like vintage. You can buy this play for £2 and you value it for 20 million. Yeah. Would you take £1.70? Nope. Didn't realise how many people would be upset at not having skins. Oh, loads of people offshore. Like, skins for me are a relatively new thing. Like, I've maybe used them for about 10 years, maybe? No. Actually, maybe it is. Yeah, maybe only about 10 years. In fact, no, not even that. I think it's been since content creation. So, 4 years. And people would be like, oh, you know, like, why are you not using different skins? I'm like, because I never bothered. And I've looked at them and I'm like, oh, okay, this is different. This is new. This is interesting. I'll use that then. And now I'm like, I understand why people get a bit frustrated that the kind of way they want to play the game and the information they want to see and how they want to see it is not represented on screen. So yeah, it's a big loss. It's a big loss not being able to have customizable skins. That is a huge one, actually. I remember the FM24 beta where I had to play with the base skin. Best thing about FM4 was getting a skin that doesn't show you the vast amounts of empty space and info stored 4 clicks deep. Well, that's true. That's true. It's like how, like, you look at the space and you're like, how has this space been used? Well, seemingly it's been used fine, but someone else looks at it and you're, I'm going to use it better, and you're like, that is better. Let's put Yamaguchi there, let's put Andrade off, let's put Tesha on. It's a full squad bar centre back, I think, isn't it? You're a fan of Steve Clarke not getting ahead of anything but a win at the weekend, and I reckon we can even start believing we get the finals. I mean, that would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. I had the summer of all summers last year with, Dan Ballard, 1 second to go against Coventry, Tommy Watson in the playoff final at Wembley, Oasis getting back together at Murrayfield. Imagine if next year is Scotland in a World Cup. Could you imagine? Not that I'd be going, of course. Not that I'd be going, unless, of course, we win some competition somewhere to get tickets. I'll ring Sidwell. Sidwell might have a couple of tickets. Any opinions on Archie Gemmell? He's always in my YouTube shorts. What, in terms of as a player? I mean, scored one of the greatest goals, didn't he, of all time? Against Holland? Against Holland in Argentina. Yeah, I was getting those two mixed up. Yeah. So, yeah, Archie Gemmell was mint. Scott McTominay should be lighting up America as well. I believe so. I always get the McAllister videos. Yeah, not the one where this is the penalty against England where fucking Yuri Geller's moved the ball with his brain or something. But yeah, Gary Mack was good as well. We've had some good players, but we've also had some shite. Yeah. Not bitter. Not bitter at all, Clates. No. Not bitter at all. How many years on now? And still 30 years, I think it was. There's no way that he moves that ball with his brain. He's a liar. An absolute liar. How are you, pal? Good to see you. Hope life's well. What's happening in the world? How's the eye, by the way? Is it all fully healed from your from where you end up clattering with the advertising hoarding at Slough? Bend them spoons. All I can think of whenever I think about spoons is Bo Selector, and when he does Michael Jackass. scar's still there, but yes. Oh, mate. It was quite a collision, that one, wasn't it? So I'm glad to hear that you're well though, on the mend. How's life in general? Hope all is well. We were interestingly, actually, here's your thoughts on this, Clates. Here's your thoughts on this. We were doing the United City had put a question out on Twitter earlier. It was a few days ago now, but he was trying to get his community awards essentially for the FM community. Any thoughts on who you would have for these? All right. You can pick from your favourite streamer, your favourite YouTuber, your favourite new streamer and new YouTuber, blogger, streaming moment, YouTube video, podcast, community member, Hall of Fame entrant, and one to watch for 26. If you have any thoughts, I'm sure people will be delighted. Your work's been referenced quite a bit tonight as well, so that's been lovely. Jason says, I remember the final versus Alaves, or Liverpool Alaves. McAllister refused to lose that match for Liverpool. What a player. That was a performance and a half, actually. That was. Grandad, tell me how you got that scar. Well, yeah. Basically, TJ played a ball down the wing that was had a little bit too much on it. And the advertising hold got a little bit too close, a little bit too quickly. There is a chance that was partly my fault. It was my pass. Yeah. I mean, the pass was fine. The pass was fine. I didn't realise. I was still getting used to the fact that the ball just kept travelling. That was the problem. Just needed the ball to hold up a little bit, you know? It was having none of it, wasn't it? And also, it was there. It was the fence, wasn't it? The fence was too close to the line, to the touch line. And we weren't even trying to do, long run-ups for corners. So... yeah, I think we need to have a word with the Slough ground staff. Are we considering it as an option for next year still, as a sort of like retribution, or is this you? Is this you tapping out? Because Zims went down as well. Zims was done in as well. He did his knee again. On a very somber note, they do need to do hard barriers around football pitches. Oh, agreed. What I think we need to do is I think we need to make a video raising awareness of hard barriers. Yeah, you can be the... I was about to say you can be the face of it, but that sounds really insensitive given the fact that you did go face first into it. But yeah, they could really, really cause a lot of damage. Oh, hang on, what have I missed? Billy Vega. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, right. I saw the name on social media, and I didn't really put two and two together, and I didn't go digging as to what it was and what it was about. But was it that? Shit. For some reason, I put two and two together and thought it was like just about heading or something. He clattered into a fence and wall outside the pitch. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, in that case, yeah. Yeah, that's horrible. He was young as well, right? He was like properly young, like 20s, like early 20s or something. Yeah. Test you out for a couple of days. 7 straight wins for AEK. This is looking worrying. 21 he was. 21 games, no defeats. We've just beaten Olympiakos. We're 6 points clear of Panathinaikos. We can bottle this from here, chat. This is going far too well. Right? I expect us to be losing the last 10 games for it to come down to me getting sacked with a game to go. This is epic. This is epic. Get all of the international media around to watch this, because this is going to be generational. Yeah. This is going to be me pulling the plug out of FM24 on Steam when it all goes wrong. Yes, Maxon, welcome in. Nice to see you. First time in as well. Hope you're good. What's your thoughts with all the hype on 26 then, Clay? So are you feeling it? Are you like sort of optimistic? Are you cautiously optimistic? Are you doing the guess the weight and the age of the beta? Or is it just a case of like, we'll see what happens when it happens? Also, as well, we need to get you back on the podcast as well. We need to sort that one out. So remind me to chase you up. And if the mad scientist is still here, are you? Dare I ask? Are you databasing for this year? He probably is, isn't he? He probably is. But actually, someone sent me a thing, right? On Twitter. This, where was it? Let me have a look. Is it under the FM show? I think it's the FM show. Let me check this one out. It was be out when it's out. Also just excited. Can't be arsed and moaning about stuff. We haven't had a new game for 2023. Just going to enjoy it. This is the thing. Do you know what I mean? There's logic. There's logic in Clayton's voice. It'll all be fine. It'll all be fine. Yes, podcast whenever. Good, lovely. I'll send you a message and we'll sort that out. So appreciate that. Very, very cool. Someone sent me a message here, right, on the podcast account that says, here's an idea for a database that I'm unwilling to spend the time myself creating. All players moved back to their original or academy clubs. Whichever club the player is deemed to have trained at between 15 and 21, that's where they start. Then whichever team you start and you save at, you can just sign all the under-19s and have a squad full of solely academy graduates. Favourite teams with strong academies in the early stages. The biggest challenge is the AI teams won't restrict their transfers. I mean, that sounds like a mad scientist thing, doesn't it? That sounds fun, but also, is it fun? I don't know. It's an interesting idea, isn't it? I don't quite know how it would, at what point you'd draw the cut-off point. Does that make sense? Because if you go historically, then you'd have like Shearer at Southampton rather than even Blackburn or Newcastle. It's a Tom video. 100% it's a Tom video. If it's not fine, what are we going to do? Moan and be miserable? Let's crack on. That's exactly Clay. You just got to get on with it, innit? And if people still want to watch stuff, great. That's what we want to do. And if people don't want to watch stuff, then fine, not a problem. We'll sort something out. It'll be cool. Even Liv, how are you? What do you need to tell us? Welcome in, by the way. Jason, I knew deep down in my heart this was the club we had to join after Larissa's board sacked us. But deeper down in my heart, I know I'm not biased. I think we were all a little bit. After Larissa sacked us, it was all a bit. We all got sad, didn't we? And I think it's fair. We had to leave Greece because of it. We couldn't put ourselves through another year of that. Offie just didn't quite hit, I don't think, did it? You just had to say hello. I appreciate it, Libby. Thank you. Hope you're well. Right, are we going to rest Yusufi? We could do, actually. Give him a rest. This is the bit in it. We're going to get into the sort of like the end of season fatigue. That's what's going to do us. Back-to-back matches against Pauk. I don't want back-to-back matches against Pauk. Actually, for stream moment of the year, could we have Clates fixing Newport to get us to the playoff, to get us into playoff contention? Because the playoff final itself was mint, but all the work that Clates did to get us there in the first place, that was incredible. Because without that, the playoffs didn't happen. The final was generational. Yeah, the final was mint. The final was awesome. But without all the work the night before, that didn't happen, did it? But yeah, to do the playoff final the way we did it, that was special. That was very, very special. I love that. To see sitters actually genuinely care about a video game as well. That's like, I think we've made him one of us. We've broke him. Yeah. Oh, Kev going about tearing his bum hole. I love that clip. He's going about, I'm just tearing your bum hole. And I'm like, go! Like, then I'm to come back to your bum hole, Kev. Sorry. To be fair, he's a man that's very open to sharing. So we need to be all right with that. We need to embrace that. We need to encourage more people to talk about their bum holes. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, great save. So have you picked where you're starting then, Clay? So have you got your beater or your main save sorted out, or is you going to be playing a bit by ear? Well, what about yourself, Kev, as well? United City Kev, you must be. Have we mentioned what your plans are? And also anyone else who's got plans, let us know your plans. Liverpool or Arsenal men's women combo save. Oh, nice. And is that for beta or for main? For main. Yeah, because I'm going Sunderland for beta, and then for main. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do for main. I did want to do Build a Nation Scotland, but can't because there's no international management, is there? And then I thought about British Steel, and I was like, oh, can't because I'm not very good at the game. And then maybe a Journeyman seems like me, really, doesn't it? Just dodder about and try and do something. You know, essentially just get sacked in a whole load of different countries and try and tell a story. That's probably the way that I'll do it. And then mix it around with men's and women's, and see where we go. Fev Gash again with another goal. I realised I've got the sounds turned off, haven't I? I normally have them on. Because we recorded the network save last night, so I've got to turn it off there. That's why they're not on. I'm not turning them on for the last half an hour. That seems silly. It'll take me 2.5 hours to realise that. These do work. They're not just for show, you know. One shot, one on target, one goal. That's what we want. I had an idea for a save for FM26, not fully developed it yet. This sounds like my kind of idea, Rugio. If it's not fully developed, then it's 100% what I want. United City early access is going to be in the women's league somewhere, not sure where. Main save, my first real one club save with Worthing. You have mentioned Worthing to me. Yes, you have mentioned that, and I very much look forward to seeing that. And I'm really interested in seeing what everyone does with the women's saves as well, to be honest, because I think it's going to be class to sort of see it playing out and how it looks in the match engine, and just learning some new players and some new leagues that, I'll be honest, I'm not massively up to speed with. I know bits and pieces of women's football, but I'm more than happy to learn about some new stuff. It's just a shame we can't win the Women's World Cup, though. Not that I can win the Women's World Cup, but you get my point. Other people can't. Was hoping to do a men's and women's save in Scotland or SWPL, though. I reckon give it a short amount of time, musician, and someone will have a database up on Steam very, very quickly, I would imagine. Kind of tour of TJ suitable clubs in Germany, not sure about the end goal yet. Ooh, okay. Like a morally good adventure. So I quite like the idea. That could work. No international management yet. Yet is the operative word, isn't it? The Grand TJ Tour. Yeah. I might have a new save called the Achievement Dodger, and just once again see how many years I can go without winning a trophy. I reckon I can do pretty good. I've only managed about 4 in this game cycle, so can't see me winning anything soon. They'll add it. World Cup year, women's success, 1000%. I think so. I think there has to come as a download at some point. It has to. It has to. You can't miss it, can we? They can't just be like, yeah, it's not coming. It's not coming. You know? The only thing I would be concerned about, and I've mentioned this earlier, and I don't know what other people think, but like how it would work with ongoing saves. Like, imagine the frustration you would have if you had like a sort of a proper good save on there, 10, 15 years or whatever, and then you add the download, the DLC for international management for the World Cup, and it corrupts your save file. You'd be furious. You'd be absolutely furious. I'm sure it wouldn't do that, but you can never tell, can you? So we'd have to see. Jason, going to continue the ritual I started since Champman 98-99, starting with AEK Athens. There we go. That's the one. That's the one. Channel Not in Use, just gone back-to-back promotions at Edinburgh City. Edinburgh City's a good shout, you know. It is a good shout. Top of the Glasgow dominance in Scotland. Make Edinburgh the top city. Till Tony cries save. That could literally be minutes, Dan. Never mind even weeks. Do you remember a few years back when we got sacked with Arsenal after about 3 saves on the beater? Yeah, that happened. That happened. I mean, even Sampdoria was bad. You know, Sampdoria was tough. That was the trust the process all the way through. And then they sacked us at the end, and I was like, oh, you didn't trust the process enough, did you? In fairness, they should have sacked us a long time before that. The more I wait for FM26, the less I have an idea what I actually want to do. Do you know what? I'm the same, George. I'm the same. Like, because I'm looking at real football and I'm going, there's no real teams that I like. I like Sunderland, and Sunderland would be great, but Sunderland would be better if they were still in in League One or in the Championship. Whereas in the Premier League, I don't find that as an appealing as an appealing save. I'm sort of like, oh, what am I going to do? Try and get into Europe or win the Champions League? Like, in some people's hands, that's doable. I mean, it still take me like 40 years or something, so just scared you'll get sacked. I'm not bothered about getting sacked. Like, that happens, and you've got to embrace it. And I don't think, like, I think some people get a bit scared of the idea. The Sunderland shirt arriving when you got sacked was a chef's kiss. That was beautiful. That was like epic timing. Like, I am concerned in that sense about doing a one club save. That's why I'm trying to stay off a one club save, because we don't know how the new game's going to play, and I don't know whether it's going to be unpredictable in some of its managerial movements. And the last thing I would want to do would be get fully invested in the save, have a great time, you know, get myself all set, going, right, it's going to be this, and then get sacked after like 3 or 4 streams. That's just gonna like properly crush your motivation. So I am kind of leaving my thoughts for the saves quite open-ended, which is why I'm like not going, oh, I'm gonna do a save with such and such. It's gonna be just like, well, we'll see what happens. we'll start here and we'll go wherever. I get the sacking's part of it, but when you're trying to commit to a save with a specific side, you kind of want it to maybe last more than a few streams, possibly. That's what she said, maybe. What you're saying is I've timed it well to do my first proper one club save. Agreed. Oh yeah, 100%. You've got this. You've got this, Kev. If anybody can do a one club save, it's you. We need to inspect the database first, browse around a bit. I don't know about databases, maybe I'm wrong, but I need to work on tactics is what I need to work on. That's going to be the first thing I'm going to need to do. Like, I need to work out how to get 4-4-2 counter-attack working as quick as possible. Because I'm guessing that Sunderland are going to be expected to be relegated in the game. Which is fine, because that means my expectations should theoretically be a bit lower. Great head of that, by the way, from Yamaguchi. Long throw coach. That's my new job title. Yeah. Tactics are easy. Hammer and ball and go. I mean, George, I would argue that hammer and ball doesn't work. Certainly not in real life, anyway. I'd take a sack any day of the week rather than a save corruption. That's crushing when that happens. Agreed. Agreed. So yeah, my plan will be 4-4-2, counter-attack, maybe even 3 at the back, or 5 at the back, depending on how you want to call it. And then, wait to try and get Joe Bellingham back to the Stadium of Light. Try and find a striker. Try and not sell Ruben Roofs. And then after that, just see how long it sticks. Yeah? Maybe a beta save can just be dicking around with the tactics, getting a feel for the progression, in and out of possession stuff, regardless of clubs and results. It's good shout, Z. That's a really good idea, actually. That's fine. Disallowed. Disallowed. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah, you can't put any sort of expectations on yourself. And then when it comes to the meat and bones of your full save, then yeah, that's when we need to start thinking fully. Alanio I think is his name. He probably just has Alanio on the back of his shirt, George. And then the tactic doesn't work in the full game. Exactly, yeah. Then a patch comes out and it undoes all the work that you've just done. And also, that tactic really only works with that set of players. So taking it to put it in another team just makes no sense. So you start again from scratch, which I like the idea of, because I do like taking a new tactic to a new team and working with what I've got, but yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting learning a game from scratch. I've not done that in Football Manager for, well, 20 years. All tactics are going to be split into attacking and defensive shapes now. I'm not tactically savvy. A bit anxious as to it's going to make it harder for the tactic to work. I imagine that there'll be some presets which will help you out, musician. I hope so. Because if there's not, then I'm like you, mate. I'm going to be struggling. So I'd imagine that you should be able to put some presets in, like what you've got in-game now. And at that point, then to start tweaking and working from there. But yeah, I think from what I can see, it seems to be the fact that they've taken away the defence, support, attack, automatic. What a goal by Rakios. That's our right back, by the way, pinging in on his left foot. So it's sort of what you have in the tactics now here, but it's split onto 2 screens, so it looks a bit different. And it should theoretically allow a little bit more greater tactical flexibility. What that means in the long term, I don't know. By splitting it in two, you hope they'll help you visualize it better. Yeah, same. I hope so as well. 6'2" Northern Irish striker, new gen for Sunderland, called Liam King. That's what you'd like? I like that, Jason. That sounds good. This AEK team are ridiculous, aren't they? Like, we're just battering everyone that comes in front of us. It's 5-0 on aggregate now. Pauk again with 10 men. Turn it straight back in. Go on. Oh! You know what? I just said it. I didn't think he was actually going to do it. But what a strike that is. Pick that one out. Tezia. My word. What a hit. Just, right, I'll have it from here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. As soon as Yamaguchi's injured, the season's over. Do you know what? It's Fevgas is the guy we need to be putting cotton wool round. He's a young lad. He's gone up front, and he's ended up scoring. How many's he got? 18 and 23. He's 20 years old striker. We just went, all right, you'll do. Up you go, because Jonsson, who's the 27-year-old Icelandic centre forward, who was the top scorer in the league last year, well, he's injured. So Fevras went in, and yeah, he's just been like, oh, fine, I'll just go and score loads of goals then, shall I? And it's like, yeah, you might as well. Yeah, Yamaguchi's got 2 in this match. Teja's got 1. Rykos has got 1. Yeah, hopefully we can just about see this one out. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. That's me done, says Kev. Time to go get some sleep. Have a fantastic weekend, one and all. Much love. Much love to you, Kev, as well. Speak to you soon, my friend. Pleasure having you in, as always. Take care. We'll catch you up very, very soon. Tell you what, there's the old link out in oh, there you go, Teja again. There's the old Twitter link. We're giving away a copy of FM26 as well, by the way. I should have mentioned that earlier, shouldn't I? So if you're not already doing the social media following, go and give me a follow, retweet that, and you're in the draw. The same for the FM show podcast as well. The podcast has a copy of the game to give away also, so you'll have to do the same for them. So yeah, retweet their account. Yeah. You never know. It might work for you. Yeah. Why not try it? Yeah. Or everyone's got a discount code, haven't they? So go and support our friends. By support our friends, I mean they support us, because they're giving us a little kickback, which is quite nice. I once went on a holiday to Universal Studios, used up my luck on that. That's a hell of a one, isn't it? That's a hell of a one. Universal Studios, oof. Cracking work. Ronaldo Lundgren, a Bolivian, I believe. 28 years old. Decently fast. Decent crossing, decent dribbling. 5'7". Could have a problem with injuries. He could have a problem with injuries, you're right, yeah. Yeah, he spends most of his time injured. Right. Let's maybe avoid him. Well, he is free, so what's the worst that could happen? Just realised I'm bidding on a player who's, well, we're not even there next season. So why am I trying to buy a player for next season? Daniel, my beta prediction. My beta prediction is I will be sacked after about 6 streams. What's your beta prediction, Daniel? Or do you mean when do I think it's going to come out? If it's when do I think it's going to come out, I think it'll be, I'm going with the 21st or 22nd. That's what I'm going with. And what I mean is, I don't know. Yeah. I haven't got a clue. It could be. Do you know what? It could end up being on the 1st of November. I know it's not going to be, but no idea. Jamie, no idea. It could be tomorrow. It's probably not tomorrow. Again, we'll go back to what we did yesterday. It's unlikely to be tomorrow, but mathematically there is a chance. Right, we bought nobody in January, but we didn't lose anybody. That's the important thing. Okay, we got about, 15 minutes left or so, and then we'll have to make a run for it. Agrebi can be rested. I think we just keep the same team, isn't it? Keep the same team that's doing the same things. Let's not worry about it. It's Pauk again. 3 matches in a row against Pauk. Honestly, I think we're both sick of the sight of each other. Right, so this is in the league, so we need to win this one, because that'll keep us well. We're 11 points clear of Pauk so far. Only 4 clear of Panathinaikos, despite the fact they've lost 2 games. Oh! How's he missed that? Keeper's made a great save. Permission to post Cole Palmer Simpsons meme. I don't understand it. What does that mean? What's it? Facebook. Oh, it's not going to let me log in. Oh, there it is. Cole Palmer's brain while his lawyers explain what trademarks is. Oh, okay, yeah. I also don't think Cold Palmer is that good a name to trademark. I think it's a bit shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest, like you know, my 7-year-old finds it funny, and I think that's probably about the level you're at. But what I think will be funny is if obviously if he trademarks it and everyone just stops calling him it, and then he's like, oh, okay, fair enough, and then like sort of the joke's back on him again. Game's gone. Well, yeah, yeah. Game's been gone for a while. I think that's the problem. Game's been gone for a while. Daniel's predicting the 16th for the beta. It's a prediction. It's a prediction. I think at this moment in time, every prediction is just as likely and unlikely as the last. Let's offer some encouragement to these lads. Oh no. Oh, hang on. That's not meant to happen. We're a goal down, chat. We might not be going unbeaten. Oh dear. Kelly can play up top. Go on then, let's do that. Actually, do you know what? No, let's not. Let's not worry. Let's not worry. We know what we're doing. This is the problem though, isn't it, with playing them 3 times in a row. All the players are knackered, and yeah, they know our game inside out now. Right, let's try that and let's move it. Come on, 10 minutes to keep our unbeaten record on still going. Players getting tired though. Mistakes might happen. Saeed, Tezia, Andrade, Mihalche, Andrade pulls it back. Ballerini. There we go. That's why we're top of the table. Just beautiful, beautiful movement. Oh. Incredible scenes. Now I need to remember to move everyone back, don't I? 5 minutes. Do I? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's move everyone back just in case. Because we don't want to end up losing it and being silly. But we knew it was possible. We knew we could get something. Oh, hang on. Oh, keeper's held it. That's fine. Keeper's held it. Time wasting on. Be disciplined. Slow things down. No need for silliness now. If I can change this to cautious as well, I will do. Oh. Great tackle. Stand him up. Stand him up. Oh, offside. Offside, ref. Definitely offside. Offside, surely. Their arms are up. He's given it. How's he giving that? Oh. Wow. Wow. Well, there you go. That's what we've just had to see. Chat. Zach, appreciate the follow. Very, very kind. The Invincibles season is over. We thought, I mean, what a season it would have been. Oh. 26 matches we went unbeaten. And it's all over. It's come. We might as well resign, chat. This is just, you know. Yeah, game's done. Game's done. Nothing's gonna happen now, is it? Yeah. Just FM24 in the bin. Am I updating the bio? I am. Yeah. You know what? I'll jump on those memes. Yeah. Bio now just says shite. Never mind. It was unlikely that we were gonna go an entire season unbeaten. It's still unlikely that we're gonna win the league in this. So let's just let's see what happens, shall we? Do we bring Yosefson in for one last time? Don't think we can we? Doesn't go through until the 1st of January. Yeah, July. Sorry. Right, Febgas isn't going anywhere. Yeah, I felt pretty down with the kids actually. I'm pretty young today because I had to explain to Mrs. J what that update the bio thing was. I was like, I know what that is. I know. And then I told her, and she was just like, yeah, okay. I was like, yeah, that. He wants to go to Rijeka. Why? You don't want to... 3.6 million. I want more than that. Fine. It's alright. He can go. The ballerina can step up and take center stage. This is what happens. Like, you know, we've now lost one match, and now our top goal scorer is like, oh, do you know what? I think I need to leave. Actually, we've lost a game. Yeah. We lost against the club where the chairman walked on the pitch against AEK and have a go at the ref with a pistol. Coincidence? I think you're right. I don't want to say that this is all conspiring against me, Jason, but I think you could be right. I think you could be absolutely right. There's a conspiracy, and I'm being punished unnecessarily. And unfairly. Let's put Conor Bradley in. Let's bring Yusufi off. Oh, Sigonglo. Maybe even Jim Kelly possibly needs a rest. It's Panzerakos. We could probably let go and put Saeed or Zavorash in, actually. You know, even Setramane. Setramane can go in there. Place of Kelly. Right. Let's wait and see what happens here. If we lose a second game in a row, I'm gonna be angry. Right, last game. Let's get it done. And then we know we've got... There's probably still too much to play tomorrow, I think. finish the season. But it needs to be done tomorrow. Otherwise we're waiting until next Friday, and that might be too late, potentially. Excuse me. Oh, we got a penalty. 1-0. There we go. How many games left? I'm not sure. I need to have a little look at that, don't I? See, we are. So there's 26 matches in the first round. So that's actually, we've got 13 games left, including cup games. Is it doable? Have we played 10 matches tonight? It might mean a late one on Saturday. Yeah, it might mean a late one. If the kids go to bed early, we can get an early one, but 10 playoff games, yeah. So, so 3 more games left in the regular campaign, Jason, and then 10 games after that. So, yeah, 13 matches, and then plus we're in the semi-finals of the Greek Cup, so we could end up with potentially 3 more games on top of that. So we could look at 16 games still to play tomorrow, which is far too many. Stupidest thing I've seen in the last few days is hashtag signing AI footballers. That is a weird one. That is a weird one. He's offside. Fevgash is offside, I think. So if there's, yeah, so if there's two, if it's a 2-leg semi-final, we've got 3 games left. If it's 1-leg semi-final, then we've got 2 games left. But I'd imagine it's 3. I'd imagine it's like a 2-leg semi. And let's not forget, France was a 2-legged final, so we might have that to deal with as well. Maybe tomorrow's like a super long stream. Strap yourselves in, folks. Get coffee. Oh, he's off the post. Because I don't want to be in a situation where we come back on Friday night and we have like 5 games to play and then that's it. Unless that's the reality. Do you know what I mean? Poor Larissa are not having a nice time, are they? 9 points at the bottom of the table. Panathinaikos are 2-1 down. And they've had a man sent off as well. Sack off the cup. I mean, Dan, this is sacking off trophies that we've not won, you know. I understand what you mean, though. And we're on key highlights as well, so it's not like we can even lower the highlights down. Let's suggest starting early with the boys. Won't want to go to sleep early on a weekend. Well, we might just have to go early with them, not in bed. Tejia, what a finish. What a finish. And Mr. Jail had been out on the lash all day at the races, so what a ball that is. From Ballerini. Literally did a pirouette and then played the ball through. Jason, Fevgash, to leave or to flee, translated from English to Greek. Is that right? If it is, that's brilliant. Electric sucks. Are you winning? Yes, we are. We're top of the table. We've lost 1 match all season. Oh, I thought I got in. The second that flashed the bell, I was like, has that gone in? No. Substitution. That was the Greek division. I love it. I love it. We did a Build a Nation Greece at the start of the year. We were there for like 19 seasons. It was really, really good fun. And then this is us coming back to Greece at the end of a Journeyman save. So I would recommend Greece. If you've never managed here before, then definitely give it a whirl. Good ball through. Yamaguchi thinking about it. You've been thinking about doing Olympiakos. Good shout. Plus the food is class. That's right. Gyros and baklava for the win. Oh, what a ball. Tezier. Oh, he had to finish it. What a ball that was over the top, by the way. It was incredible. Kenich with a terrible corner by the looks of it. Setramane, Mihalashe, what a goal. What a goal. Lashing that in on that angle is ridiculous. This is a great pass as well, by the way. Let's not forget this. What a pass. And then, I've got it. Keeper's got to do better, mind, but great strike. When I went to Crete, my whole body hurt because I ate too much baklava at the buffet. Is there such a thing as too much baklava? Maybe there is, George. Maybe you're showing me that there is too much baklava. Some of our Greek keepers, yeah, think so. Now I want a gyro. Everyone does on rocks. And as Scotland beat Greece yesterday, a deep fried gyros. We're through again. Oh, he's just got to cut it back, hasn't he? He's gone for the top corner, which is like such a difficult shot to take. Oh, it's never going to go to anybody. With an Iron Brew chaser. Exactly. An Iron Brew with some ouzo in it. Yeah. Right, there we go then. 23 matches played. 1 defeat so far. 1 defeat. We've got 1, 2, 3 league matches to go, 2 semi-finals, 10 matches, 13, yeah, maybe 14 games to go. Oh, deep fried gyros does sound amazing, doesn't it? Really, it does. How many games did we play tonight? By the way, we played. What did we go from here? Panteliakos, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We did 13 tonight. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we need 15 on Saturday. It can be done. It can be done. There's going to be there's nothing in between matches. There's no transfer window now. So, you know, we don't have to go and do any more scouting, any more contracts, and all that sort of stuff. So theoretically, we should be fine. There's no transfer window, as you say, Tristan. Absolutely. It's all hands on deck tomorrow night. Yeah, we can get this done. We can do it. Right, I'm just nudging up to get to us to the 4-day mark. Smash Larissa. We've done that. Larissa are bottom. They're going to get relegated within about a week or so, I reckon. There's no way they're going to get enough points to stay up. And then we're going to win the league. And that's going to be beautiful. Or we're going to bottle the league and they're still going to get relegated. Either way. Either way. Yeah. Right. Let's go and raid on, shall we? It's been a pleasure, everyone. It's been fun. Go and say hello to Game Legend. We normally pop in and see him. He's a good dude. You'll enjoy his company. Back tomorrow, folks. Hopefully, a Greek title, maybe a cup, and the last potential save of FM24. Yeah? Take care of yourselves, everyone. See you all in a bit. Bye now.